Hi there. This quick video will give you an overview of the online planning system you'll gain access to once you book in with Maritime Mobile DJ Services. Logging in. To get started, head to planning.maritimemobile.ca. Enter the username and password provided in your welcome email, then click Login. You can choose to save your password in your browser for convenience, or just skip that step. Once logged in, you'll see your homepage. Here you'll find your upcoming event details and date, a welcome message, a countdown to the big day. Across the top, you'll notice tabs for Home, My Event, My Profile, Contact, and Logout. For now, let's focus on the Plan My Event section. Planning Tools. Inside Plan My Event, you'll see four main areas: Music, Forms, Names, and Timeline. In the Music section, you can request and organize the songs you'd like for your event. Forms is where you can share all the important details about your day, from ceremony plans to reception flow. Names is where you can list your wedding party and other important people. Timeline, outline the schedule for your ceremony, reception, and key moments. When you click on Music, you get three options. You've got Add Requests, View Your Requests, and Print Requests. So what we'll do right now is we'll start to add some songs. When you go in here, you're broken down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sections of your requests. We have must plays. These are the songs that absolutely must be played throughout the night. Depending on the reception time, you can add quite a few songs into this area. There's also a play, if possible, section, dedication section. If you have any sort of special dedications that you'd like us to do over the microphone before the song is played, you can put that in here, the dedication section. Play only if requested. So songs that you might not like yourself, but if a guest came up and asked for it, you're okay with it still being played. And then songs that you just do not want played at all. So let's add a song. You can search by artist or song, or even top hits, or just add your own. So sometimes maritime songs won't be found, or songs that just came out, because this is an American database software program, and it gets updated every so often throughout the year. So what you can do is add your own song. Let's use the Rankin family as an example. If you search for the Rankin family, the artist can't be found, but you can add your own song. So let's type in Rankin family. And then the song title, feel the same way too. And then it's a must play. So it's going to go into this area. You can see you could have put it in the 5 different areas, but if we choose must play, it's going to go into there. And there we go. The request has now been saved. So back to artist top 200 hits, most requested songs. You can click on those. And now you're going to see Whitney Houston, ABBA, all the things that are still in the top 200 to this day for most North America weddings. So I'm going to choose that, and that it's going over to must plays. Then of course it gets added to the must place over there. So that's how the music request system works. If you've also been working on a playlist, you can always just email that over to us as well if you find that easier as you plan. Let's go to the second area of the planning tools and look at the form section that will detail all the information for planning out your ceremony and reception. Here you can see a form that you can edit or view. Let's click on Edit. The first part of this form is to fill out your general information and any information we may need for other vendors you may have. By clicking on the question, "Is this event a wedding?" and selecting the option Yes, the form will expand to include details for wedding events. The first section that opens up is information for your ceremony. If the package that you chose from us includes ceremony audio and service time, this is the area where you can fill in the details of your ceremony. This helps us stay organized by knowing exactly when your ceremony will start, what your special songs will be, and where the ceremony is taking place in relation to where we need to set up for your reception. The next 2 sections are about any additions you may have purchased, and also if we are providing cocktail hour services. If we are providing those services, the type of music you had in mind as a genre can be selected here. Moving on to the main portions of your wedding reception, the form continues into introductions and special dances. This is where we start to get some details about any master of ceremony duties. Whether you're having us be your MC for the night, or would just like to plan out the details for a friend or family member to be your MC. This is the area where you can plan those things out and start forming a timeline for your reception. If you were considering being introduced into the room, you would place the information for introductions in this area, as well as the names and special songs you would like us or your MC to use for this part of the evening. Moving down, we start to get into your special songs for the night, also known as your formal dances. These usually consist of a first dance, possibly a father-daughter and mother-son dance. This area is where you type in what you would like to choose for any special formal dance songs you would like us to have prepared. Further down, we get into dinner music styles, what style of dinner will be happening, and also any speeches/toasts that may be happening in the night. Moving on, there is also an area for cake cutting, bouquet toss, garter removal, garter toss, possibly an anniversary dance, all married couples, and even what you would like the last song to be. For any that do not apply to your wedding and you would like to leave out, you can just type not applicable. One of the last larger text box areas is to paste any songs or playlists you would like us to play throughout the reception if you may have just made a list rather than through the request system we reviewed earlier. Just after this is a few last questions. One being, are line dances okay? For example, the Cupid Shuffle, the Cha-Cha Slide, or the Wobble. Is it okay to take requests? Any other notes we should be aware of about the music? And last, if a guest requests a song with explicit language, should we not play any requests with explicit language? Play it later in the evening or play it any time after the dance begins. We always like to ask this question as we usually play clean edits when available or directed, but if a guest requests a song and we cannot find a clean edit, we always like to find out from the couple what is acceptable. This form auto-saves as you go and is also completely editable if you change your mind as you get closer to your wedding date. This form, as well as all your requests and entire client planning area, will be reviewed with you on a call once we get closer to your wedding. We try and schedule these calls to be as close to your wedding as possible, many times the week of your wedding. This is to ensure all the last-minute details are captured and everyone is on the same page to stay organized. You can always reach out via email or phone if you have any questions or would like to meet sooner. Let's head back out to the main planning options page again and check out the third option for planning, the names form. Once again, click on Edit, and we are taken to another page where we can enter some information regarding all the people for your wedding. This adds another layer of organization to the planning of your event and can be shared with other vendors, such as photographers, to ensure they have photographed everyone in your wedding party, or can even be shared with venue staff if needed. We can now move on to the last part of the planning options, your timeline. We were able to add some times in the wedding cocktail and ceremony form as notes for your MC. But here we can create a more streamlined timeline that can again be shared with other vendors so your event runs as smooth as possible. I've gone ahead and pre-populated a few activities in here already, but let's add in a few more. Simply type an activity into the timeline. For example, wedding party introductions, select a time, and save. You can move the activities up and down as needed. I will add first dance, cake cutting, and toasts. If I want to move my first dance to after the toasts and cake cutting, I can do that by clicking on the blue icon and dragging the items to blank areas to reorganize. Once completed, you will now have a timeline that can be shared with all venue staff and your photographers. Once again, this form auto-saves, and you can always come back to edit for any adjustments you would like to make. Let's go back to the My Event screen now and look at the Event Details option. In here, you will now see the services and times that you have hired us for. You can see the time we will be arriving for setup, the official service start time and end time, and all of the details of the package you chose in the service detail section. Further down, you can view your total balance and any payments you have made towards your event. You even have the option to make smaller additional payments at any time, and it will be reflected in this area. You can also access the Make a Payment area on your homepage. If we go back to the homepage, you can see it here. Let's check out the My Profile section. This is the information we have for you on file. You can also change your username and password in this area if you choose to do so. Finally, we have the Contact Us page. Here you can see our contact info, as well as send us any messages about your client area or any questions you may have while planning. Well, that finishes up the guided tour of the client planning area you receive when booking in with us. We hope this has been helpful, And once again, please reach out to us for any questions.